This is KRDS News, your news source for the Annandale High School Cardinals.
What's up, Annandale? Welcome to KRDS News. I'm Daniel Rowe.
And I'm Brett. Thank you for joining us this Thursday, May 14th for the weekly news updates and announcements.
Seniors, you only have 11 days left of school. Stay on top of your work. And if you want a senior t-shirt, please use the link in Google Classroom. The deadline to order shirts is Monday, May 18th by noon. Also, the senior barbecue is next Friday. Yearbooks and senior t-shirts will be distributed at that time. Feel free to bring any yard games to play. The countdown to graduation is on. Make these last days count.
Wednesday night was the final band concert of the year. Congratulations to Aubrey Kirchen on the Louis Armstrong Award and Charlie Peterson on the John Philip Sousa Music Award. Both are exceptional accomplishments, and we wish them continued success in their musical endeavors. Also, next Wednesday is the final choir concert of the year. The theme is 70s. Check it out. That final concert is always a fun one.
BPA traveled to Nashville last week on Tuesday with 7 students compete at the national level. Awards were on Saturday night, and they flew home Sunday morning. Here is a recap from the trip.
We flew on Tuesday, and then we got in a van, and our driver's name was B-Bake, and he drove us to our hotel. Once we got settled in and learned our way around the hotel, we went to the mall and ate some dinner. We're starting our tradition of making waffles for breakfast, and we all woke up because they're doing construction upstairs.
On Wednesday, we went to the General Jackson Showboat. They served a buffet lunch. We headed to downtown Nashville and then turned around to dock the boat. And then they played some music.
Opening session was on Wednesday night, where they recognized advisors for years of service. Congrats to Robo being involved in BPA.
Over 30 years.
We're at a talent show right now.
Just listening to some singers.
Thursday, Bailey competed in her event. Everyone else competes Friday morning.
We hung around the pool and visited the mall and then walked to the Grand Ole Opry. We made friends with the people in front of us who were British. We got to see the Gatlin Brothers and Crystal Gayle perform. Ashlyn Kraft, Dylan Carmichael. Here's a tune by Garth Brooks performed by John Foster.
On Friday and Saturday, we visited downtown. Saturday before awards ceremony, we went to the Country Music Hall of Fame. There were over 6,000 attendants at the awards ceremony, where Tabor Stephen placed 8th out of 63 people. Bailey Sinnott placed 14th out of 58, but was not recognized on stage. We flew home at 6 a.m. on Sunday morning. Be sure to check out all of our adventures on our Instagram.
Go Cards!
Sounds like fun. Nice job, Tabor and Bailey.
Now it's time to announce 2 outstanding individuals who are recognized as our Seniors of the Week. Students are nominated by their advisors for their positive impact, model behavior, school pride, great spirit, and amazing character that reflects the very best of AHS.
First senior up is Ava Ecker. She likes dill pickle chips as a snack, and her dream job is to be a dental hygienist. Going to Paris is an item on her bucket list, and her favorite memory was getting ready together and practicing before Powder Puff. And finally, her advice for underclassmen is, she says to focus on the little things because before you know it, it'll be a memory.
The second senior we have today is Nicholas Erdman. His dream job is to be a train conductor, and on his bucket list, he eventually hopes to travel to Japan. Along with that, he enjoys Mike and Ike's as his favorite road trip snack and has good memories of going to state for Mario Kart. And his advice for the underclassmen is to always prepare for the worst-case scenario.
Now it's time for Students in the Wild with Zay and Gabe. And right after that, we'll go right into the weather with Brett the Threat.
What advice would you give to people going on next year for Mother's Day?
Be nice to their moms.
Get them gifts.
Thank you. Break down your daily routine for me.
Wake up, go to school, and eat.
All right, man, so a real question is, we see that you got the shirt on, Cinnabon, man, but what's your favorite type of Cinnabon?
Anyone's fine.
Okay. And another follow-up to that is, there's a lot of beautiful things you can see in this world. What has been your favorite experience while riding the bus in your career?
Sleeping.
What would you want to say to your daddy? If you could give him out a message, what do you want to say to your daddy and for words of appreciation?
You're a great dad.
Thank you. All right, what's your favorite holiday?
Probably Christmas.
What is your favorite historical event? It could be Gettysburg War. It can be any of those. What is your favorite historical event?
I don't really have one.
Trivia question. If you were president of the United States, would you control the weather?
You know, if I was president of the United States, I'd probably ban school.
So a follow-up to that is, if you were the president of the United States and you could send one of your friends to prison for 10 years, who would it be?
Eddie Boyd.
You gotta sabotage one friend to be a sub-5.
Eddie Boyd, yeah.
All right, what is like one thing from cheer season that just like woke you up and kind of just like a slap on the pom-poms?
Probably the people are really nice and it's very fun. And you don't have to pick out an outfit on Fridays.
What is your favorite brand or type of gel or style that you like to do?
Well, I usually do like a slick back.
And what is like one like rival or like opponent that like always just kind of like be like talking nonsense?
Well, there's kind of a lot of schools that kind of don't like us because we beat them.
You know, there's a lot of, follow-up to the rivals. What rival do you got like beef with or you don't like as much and you're like thinking all the time when you see them like, man, like you're cooking my grits right now?
JCC.
Hey, thank you, man. JCC, we coming for you, baby. In cheerleading, would you prefer like strong muscles, or would you prefer just more like a skinnier build?
Probably stronger.
Who do you think is the most strongest guy in the school?
Honestly, in my opinion, it's the dude that we all know who he is. Walks around, he's like 6'6", man. He looks like Hercules, 260, pure muscle. Veins bulging out of his tan arms, jacked legs, huge quads, huge calves. Man, it's Owen Peterson.
We heard a little bit about this JCC. And what are you guys going to do where you're like, man, like I'm absolutely destroy you and hurt you guys to your brims?
Probably just make sure like all of our practice are like motivated and like we have stuff to do.
Who would you like want to like come support you most at your cheerleading competitions?
Probably like my family.
Anyone else?
I don't know, my friends.
You'd rather have vegetables, fast food, seafood, or fried food?
Probably seafood because I'm from Texas.
All right, since you're from Texas, all right, like what is one like type of fashion that kind of like gets around your neck and just kind of like tangles you?
Probably like skinny jeans, but I'm more like a baggy person now.
Thank you.
Hi, Annandale. Brett Dutta here with your weekend weather report. Looks like a pretty boring weekend with a lot of clouds and a little bit of rain. Get your umbrellas ready, and let's look further into the weather. Today we have a high of 80 degrees with a low of 55 degrees with some sunny weather, and tomorrow we will have a high of 76 degrees with a low of 54 degrees with some more sunny weather. And for Sunday, we will see a high of 67 degrees with a low of 55 with some rainy weather. The forecast is looking like it's warming up, but make sure your umbrellas are ready for Sunday. That's it for your weekend weather report. Now on to sports with Michael and Griffin.
Welcome to your Cardinal Sports Updates. I'm Michael.
And I'm Griffin. The Annandale Trap team is ranked #1 in the conference. Miles Carlson led the boys with a perfect 25, while Abby McFadden led the girls with a score of 42.
The softball team came ready to play on Monday night. They traveled to Rockford and beat them with a score of 4-0. On Tuesday, they had a doubleheader at Norwood, where they won with scores of 6-0 and 8-4. JV also finished up their season on Tuesday with a record of 11 wins and 6 losses. Finally, Thursday is senior night, and varsity is playing a doubleheader at home against Litchfield. Show up to support. And good luck next week as the team heads into the playoffs. Nice job, ladies.
The baseball team hosted their senior night this week. They went up against Rockford on Monday and lost 1-6. Here's a quick interview with 2 of our senior players.
Who was your hardest opponent this week, and what would you expect in those games?
We play Litchfield on Thursday. They're a solid team. They got good hitting and pitching.
It's a doubleheader. Currently the team's ranked 9th or 8th in the class.
How many games are left this season, and what is your guys' record?
We have 4 games left in the regular season. Right now we are 6-10, but hopefully we can put some good games together with what we got left.
Can you tell me some highlights from this season?
Especially as our energy and everyone's having a lot more fun.
Just as a team, we're putting better at-bats together.
Our team chemistry overall is just great, and it's fun to be a part of this team.
What is the best advice you gained from your coaches?
I'd say Scott, our assistant coach, he always just says never accept defeat in baseball. No matter what happens in your first at-bat or your second, you always got one more.
Coach Scotty, Scott has, I'd say, helped our team a lot mentally as we've been getting down recently. I think he's a very good coach. Same with Whitrock. They are always there and always trying to make us better players and also better people.
What has been your biggest challenge this season?
We're facing a lot of teams with good pitchers and overall just good hitting teams. So we just got to overcome that, be confident at the plate, and try to put some good games together.
We can't find that way to score. We always get people on base, but we just always just miss every opportunity.
When is your next home game, and who do you guys play?
Our next and last home game is on Friday at 4:30, and we play Zimmerman. So come support.
Go Cards!
They have 2 more games this week, one on Thursday against Litchfield and one on Friday against Zimmerman. We're all excited to see how they play and hope for the best. Good luck, boys.
The track and field teams had a conference meet at New London Spicer on Tuesday. The girls placed second, and congrats to Alondra and JC for placing first in both of their events. The boys team placed sixth as a team. Congrats to Emery for placing first in both of his events. Good job, track athletes. Also, if you want to watch them, they are hosting one final home meet on Monday before they start sections the following week.
The girls golf team hosted the conference meet on Monday and Tuesday, where they placed 4th overall. Congrats to Isabel Dingman and Lexi Farrell for achieving all conference honors. Isabel was 3 strokes behind the leader, taking 4th place. Good job, girls golf.
Wednesday, the boys had their first day conference meet at Oakdale Golf Club, facing off against 8 other teams. The team is tied for second with a combined score of 325, and Miles Hendrickson is in 4th with a score of 75. The boys will finish up their conference meet today at Oakdale. Great job to all the golfers. That's
it for KRDS this week. Thank you for joining us this Thursday. I'm Griffin.
And I'm Michael, and as always,
go Cards.